In a remote village in Baringo in the Kenyan North Rift Valley, farmers are assessing the damage caused by recent floods. They prayed for rain after 4 seasons of little rain. But when the heavens finally opened up, it was more than they bargained for, leaving behind a trail of destroyed crops.
It has never rained like this before. The river has never broken its banks, but it did this time around.
Kokwan says when rain started in March, he planted his maize farm and his crops were doing well, only to be swept by floods.
What you are seeing here are farms of people who have lost millions, running into billions of money. You know, these are people who have lost their livelihood.
In this part of Kenya, people are not only crop farmers, they are also large-scale livestock breeders. They say herds of thousands of goats and cattle were also swept away in the floods. Most people here are now struggling to provide for their families.
We really need help. We're praying that the government and anyone willing to help us comes to our aid.
Dr. Joy Kiru, an economist and lecturer at the University of Nairobi, says Kenya and many countries in the Horn of Africa are staring at a serious food crisis.
Food producers in this country are the small-scale growers who have been big-time affected, immensely affected. They've been affected in a way that some of them have got 100% crop failure. Others, the land has been submerged. You see some crops, like if you talk about the legumes, the tomatoes, they cannot stand so much in flooded waters, they rot.
According to Dr. Kiru, with climate change, growing major food crops like maize, millet and sorghum is becoming difficult and unpredictable. Traditional crops like yam, cassava, sweet potato and pumpkin have slowly vanished from the diets of many households. She says Horn of Africa nations must now adapt and embrace sustainable farming methods.
I don't know why we have to keep relying on the rains, which now become destructive. I think what you're learning is that we may, in future, we just farm before the rains, and the rains come, you're like, let's wait and see. Growing up crops and tendering crops should be continuous, not waiting for the rains. And it's a high time we embraced technology and climate smart farming so that we can continuously keep on producing crops and food.
The UN Food and Agriculture Organization reported that climate fluctuations and extreme weather events such as floods, storms and droughts significantly contributed to global hunger and malnutrition in 2021. The percentage of low and middle income countries experiencing climate extremes increased from 76% to 98% between the year 2000 and 2020. Enoch Sikolia, CGTN.